I was reading this morning in the book of Daniel, great book, great stories, and about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these the three guys here, and long story short, they were slaves, and they ended up in Babylon, and they ended up in good slave positions before the king, and some people got jealous of them, and so they coerced the king into having this one day where they they play this music and set up this big idol, and everybody has to bow down and worship this idol. And they knew that these guys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were not going to do it. And so the king got really mad, and everyone that didn't do it was going to be executed. And so, um, what is this great line that they say to the king? And I want to read it to you. It says, they say to the king when he says, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "You're not going to do this." He's like, "You're going to get thrown into the fiery furnace." And they say to him this, they say, "If this be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand. But if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image which you have set up." And I find this amazing. They said, "You know what? Our God is able to deliver us." And you know why I find that amazing is because the backstory is they were taken captive from their homeland. They saw their city destroyed. They saw their holy sacred temple desecrated and torn down. And now they're taken captive into this foreign land. And there's a verse in the beginning of the book of Daniel, and it says he took them and put them in charge of, I forget the guy's name, but somebody, the guy in charge of the eunuchs. So literally, on top of losing everything, they are made into eunuchs. That's that's not a good thing. But they still they say, "You know what? The God whom we serve is able to save us." And I just find it amazing that in spite of everything that they had faced, they had such great faith in their God that was unwavering. And of course, the great part is he saves them from the fiery furnace. And there's the famous story when the king looks in there and he sees a fourth man, we believe maybe Jesus, standing with them in the fiery furnace, walking around. And the king's like, "What's going on?" And so he takes him, and even the fiery furnace was so hot, the people that threw him in died. So I mean, this was serious. And it's like he looks and he sees them still alive, and he's like, "Take them out of there!" And they didn't even smell like smoke. And what happened after that? The king says, "You know what? Your God is real." And he passed a declaration that says, "Anybody that says anything against the God of Israel will be, your house will be torn down." Nobody can say anything against the God of Israel. And so what turned into in the beginning was this, where everybody that followed God was going to be destroyed, now turned into everybody that followed God is marked safe. And as I look at that story, I think, man, um, they probably prayed for deliverance for their city. They probably prayed for the temple not to be torn down. I know that they prayed not to be eunuchs, right? But they still trusted their God. And they didn't get those miracles, but they got the miracle that was needed. They didn't get the miracles they wanted, but they got the miracle that God needed to save a nation. So I want to encourage you this morning that, sometimes some of our prayers don't get answered the way we want, but God will answer the prayers that we need, and not just us, for those around us. Because the prayer that God answered in this story, this true story, was the one that the whole nation needed to stay safe and to continue to serve the Lord. And God got the glory. So put your trust in Him today. Don't look at just the stuff that maybe seems like it hasn't been answered yet, but trust the Lord. Trust Jesus. Know Him. They had to know their Lord. They had to know Him well to have that kind of trust. So put your trust in him and know this, that he may not always answer the prayers that we want, but he's going to answer the prayers that we need. God bless you.